welcome to another episode of On the Streets. You might recognize this young man from some previous episodes, a previous episode. He is a very intelligent young man who it goes on another level. He does not deal on the surface information. Let me give you an idea. Another conversation I had to bring him up to speed who Octavio Cortez was. He dwells in the deep state. He is very much into getting information. He seems to have a lot of contacts and people that work within different various government agencies and well, let's just say are working in the New World Order. And he goes there. And so he's always a good source of information, and it's always an intelligent conversation with this guy. This one goes a bit long, but it's informative, so I hope you enjoy it. And of course, if you do enjoy it, with a routine, like it, share it. And if, of course, you haven't subscribed, you like what I'm doing, do that. And if you are subscribed, subscribe again, because, what they do. They knock off subscribers. They do not notify, so hit the bell button again if you've hit it before so you can get notifications of new videos and on and on and on. It is an uphill battle that we're fighting here. Demons are still in control. I mean, you'll see in part of this video where I just basically go through the list of things that are still upon us, the things that are that we're being attacked on all sides for, and I don't know, man. On and on again. The only answer I am absolutely sure of is God Himself, and the salvation that Jesus can give us. Everything else we're doing here is we're just fighting. Let's just say if we're fighting a losing battle, it's a losing battle on this earth. But if we keep on fighting for the good, we're fighting the long game for something that's beyond this planet. And that would be a good enough reason to fight. But there's always a chance we might actually win here too. And that would be nice. It would be nice to see. But anyway, whatever it is a battle. Life is that. So God bless you. So let's get on the streets here with this one, and I hope you enjoy it. It was Natalie Wood's last movie.
Yeah.
And they didn't publicize it. Christopher Walken was in it. It's called Brainstorm.
Yeah.
And it was all about how, it was the whole government program about how they're mapping the brain and being able to project.
Right. They want it to be a function. They want it to be, you have an input, and for several inputs and output, they want to predict if they give you certain stimuli or inputs, exactly how you're going to behave, what you're going to, when they want you to feel hungry, you go to Taco Bell.
And that's what a lot of the 5G coming in is going to do, because the 5G is going to be able to stimulate certain parts of the brain.
Yeah, that's bad. It's way more, the 5G thing's way more advanced than they teach us. They have what's called, you probably heard of it, multiple in, multiple out, multiple antennas, and to one device, even your home router now.
Yeah.
So that's normally an inert technology. It can be used just to increase speed and stuff.
But the whole
it lets you
smartphones and
direct,
smart meters.
Yeah, it lets you direct the signal. If you're in your kitchen and your Wi-Fi router's in the living room under the TV, if they know that you're in the kitchen, they will aim it at you. They can do that now.
Yeah. Yeah, most people have no idea that this stuff is happening to them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, most people have no idea. Well, I mean, most of us are already in a matrix.
Yeah.
You know,
the matrix is reactive. I've learned this. I thought it was okay. Maybe I just had my own experience and that's that. But I met some other people about 2 weeks ago. He's a financial trader and it's just part-time. He also does other things. But he says, because he's a fully awake person now, when he tries to do trades, the prices start moving in counter to what he's going to do, so he can't make any money anymore. He says that the matrix is essentially a reactive. He explained his experience in his other areas of life too, and I've experienced that. It's a reactive medium that sees your intents, sees what your goals are, long-term and short-term, and it can read the future to some distance out. I don't know how far out, but they worship it.
It's all there to block dissidents, to block original thought, to block any opposition to what they want to do. Yeah, it's already there. It's already in motion. How, if it'll succeed, that is the question.
Yeah. There seems to be a debate. They can't decide, do they want to just eliminate the coal to 90% or 95% or let us live? It seems like they're at the halfway. The vote has been cast and it's 50-50 right now.
Well, that's the elite. Some of them want to keep us alive.
Yeah. And then a lot of the older families have been for thousands of years.
And the others don't. You know, they say,
we don't need you.
And they're going to put it. And I'm arguing that they don't. Why would they want to keep us alive?
Yeah.
Why? People are going to give us all a universal income.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Why?
That. No, that's just to get us so dependent on everything the government has handed out that it's a lot easier to.
Well, the only reason I think they would do that would be to go ahead and placate us and keep us in the little cubicles
and
then feed us the poisons so they can soft kill us.
Yeah, it's bad.
So we just die, or put us really truly in a matrix where they.
Do you have an ink pen?
Who?
Do you have a pencil or ink pen? I can write something down.
Yeah, sure.
There's this guy. You need to look him up. I don't know if he's still active, but look up this guy. It's exactly what you're talking about. I met him back in 2012. His name is it's called Killing Us Softly. He's an author. He went to Oxford for English or for something to do with that. So like the soft kill thing.
Yeah.
It's a book. And his name is Kevin. He's from, I'm trying to think what country. Hungary. He was from Hungary. Kevin Galileo. He's published on all kinds of sites, but he went to the Vatican in Rome, and he was trying to petition the Pope to do something about the depopulation thing. He did it for...
The Pope's in on it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean,
they managed to arrange some type of, and not him alone, but several people who know about the child trafficking, child massacre thing. They arranged some type of common law court thing in Europe. It might even be in like The Hague or something, but it's it's under the radar. It's nothing official. The UN has blacklisted it, but if you look up this guy, you might be able to find contact info for him, and if not, I'll come back one day. But he's got the proof. He's got scientific journals and stuff, studies that they've done it. They deployed it first in Japan when we so-called conquered Japan, or more, it's a ceasefire truce. They said, well, one of the agreements to surrender is you have to let us experiment on our population. So, 180 million people on a little island. So they've reduced the birth rate there, and they're slowly dying. And then they get it here.
Well, the guy just told me about what they're doing over in Japan right now, speaking about experimenting with it, is they have robots that are tailoring news specifically to you. To what you want to hear. So
it's crazy.
So it goes on with you saying, like, the reactiveness.
Yeah, the matrix itself, the time-space continuum we're in, that's some type of conscious entity. It's not human control, but we worship it or something.
So how do we stay out of it? Because you and I are aware of it, and I think just being aware of it,
I don't
until they do actually employ the 5G and the thing, because then it's like, it just goes into us.
Right.
Then it's like,
then you can't get out of it. I've heard people say, awake people, that as soon as they leave the city and they're like 20, 30 miles from a city, they feel so much better. It's it's not just the air is better, it's like the whole environment is toxic in all these cities, and now they have 5G everywhere, every street corner. It only goes a couple hundred feet, like the old.
Well, that's why they have to have every 45 feet. They're going to put the antennas in.
Yes, it's way too much.
But then if they employ the 5G, they're going to have the emanations coming from the bottom of airplanes. So it's really no place you'll be able to escape it.
No place. In all the cities in the world, maybe 2% of them will be safe havens. Mostly non-UN country or NATO.
Yes.
Yeah, that's possible. Remember all the Ukraine stuff that they had when we were trying to conquer Ukraine and get them at war with Russia? Oh, it's crazy. They use nuclear weapons. Alex Jones, he broke that news. I'm sure it's all purged now, and there's no. But they use nukes in just one from, it looked like Damascus, and then they used them in several other places.
Well, they're doing everything they can to silence Alex Jones.
Yeah, I saw him on Joe Rogan. It got 1 million views. So hopefully he's hangs in there long enough.
Yeah.
There's no real alternative to YouTube yet. I mean, there's ones, but they're just they're little fleas.
Yeah. They haven't got the traction that YouTube's got.
They might never get the traction. I've realized that they're making this huge push for legalization of marijuana. In and itself, that'd be perfectly good, perfectly fine, but you know that there has to have been a decision made that this is more or less going to help calm down people and keep them in a state of apathy.
I've always been a libertarian in that sense. All drugs
especially if they can regulate the strain, and pharmaceutical companies can breed it and stuff. Yeah, libertarian, it's good to have everything legal.
Yeah, I mean,
but there's definitely some type of
but they control it. They can make more money by it being illegal, and they can use it as a control mechanism.
And start patenting the different compounds they can extract.
And Monsanto for years now has been buying up all the best marijuana growing property.
Yeah.
So when they do make it legal, it'll be Monsanto pot that these people are smoking.
They already do it in India. They've got a bunch of farmland. They changed their name. You heard about that?
Yeah.
Monsanto. I don't know if it's called now, or they were merged with someone, but
they do that just for obvious reasons.
Just erase the history for people who are not going to research it.
To just keep the people off base. Because once Monsanto got a bad name, it's like, we'll just switch the name and still feed them poison under another name.
Yep.
They won't know any better. We'll give it a green name. We'll call it Mongrino, and then...
You told me about a Food Babe, Indian lady who's on Alex Jones. Yeah, I checked her out several years back. So I was working with some people. I don't know if they still want to do it, but they have a chemistry lab. I was suggesting that they should do... They should do food safety, private third-party food safety tests and lab tests. Figure out what's in people's food.
Yeah.
And so if people want to buy organic from some website that's not on Amazon,
they had people after Fukushima going into food stores with Geiger counters.
Yeah. I heard many different sources on the Fukushima thing that all kind of converge on a similar hypothesis. Apparently the deal, I don't know if it's true, but one thing is Japan's always had nuclear weapons, or they've at least had all the components that they could assemble if there was ever war. like Korean Peninsula, if there's a war, they'd have nukes within like a week, like 50 deployable nukes. But the power plants, there's another power plant near Tokyo, and it's a coal-powered power plant, and there's a discrepancy of like several tens of gigawatts between how much is producing and how much is going to the city through the grid. So what they think is that they're using it to refine uranium and plutonium. So they've had a covert nuclear weapons program for years. But the word was the whole 3/11, ritual tsunami was because they were making a deal with, might have been Iran or Pakistan or something, one of the enemies of Israel, and that the whole thing was essentially to send them a message that they stay out of global trade for uranium and other things. But it was a ritual, 3/11, 2011.
Yeah. I mean, it's all
Japanese government's
it's all rituals. I mean, one of the things I'm reading about here, I don't know if you're familiar with Thomas Horn.
Oh, I need to.
But he does a great job of. I mean, this is all about
FDR.
The numerology and the ancient history and the
People used to tell me in forums and stuff, oh, you've got to check out the numbers, or Prince Henry might, at some place in Australia.
The number 13 and all that.
They're looking too deep into it.
God bless you, sir.
He has, thank you.
Yeah, I used to not believe in that. What was I in for?
Well, whether you believe it or not, they do.
Yeah,
deeply. Absolutely. And because of that, but they do conjure up spirits, and they do,
That stuff's real too. I don't know how it works, but the pentagram, it's somehow it's something based on intents and stuff, and if you make those things, spirits can come through.
They do conjure up spirits. This is what they live off of.
I've heard people talk about experiences they had with just voodoo charms and stuff.
Yes.
They thought it was just a souvenir.
The Ouija board itself is demonic.
Yeah, it's weird. We're in a multi-dimensional reality.
Yes, we are.
Weird. Yeah. Deep occultism and deep state. Yeah, it's all fractured. It seems to be based on access to this stuff and whether you're in
the that's look at the Freemasons and now what level you are, what knowledge you get.
Like the Boy Scouts.
Yes, exactly.
Most Boy Scouts, if they end up becoming Eagle Scouts, that's the biggest recruiting source for the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
It's like that, Freemasonry all the way up to the Illuminati.
Well, that was until they made it, gender.
Yeah, China, they've got all the AI now. When they haven't stolen it from us, they've made deals with companies like Google and stuff.
Yeah. Our corrupt politicians sell it to them.
Yeah, we definitely sold all our nuclear technology to them. People like Hillary.
This book gets deep into the ancient knowledges.
It's too much institutional corruption. There's only he can take the train and make it reverse and switch direction, but there's momentum at work,
Yes,
so people need to take things into their own hands.
Indeed.
Don't blame Trump if it doesn't happen.
Well, indeed. it is all to be always up to us. You can't count on a politician.
Yeah, Obama. 34 billion on fossil fuels. I was working with some people in Chile. We had a guy in China trying to do sourcing for different manufacturing companies. So he's visiting all these factories trying to see who could make us these flexible solar panels you can put on a backpack or a tent. And I did the calculations. If you do solar energy for 3 years, it's 4 cents a kilowatt. We're paying 10 here, and Louisiana is the cheapest. We're paying 8.75 with some surcharge. So Louisiana has the cheapest energy in the country for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. Population's lower, and you got nuclear power.
We have the energy sources here.
Yeah, and then also the Gulf of Mexico, all the natural gas. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
When you get down to, we've had free energy for over 100 years.
Yeah, that also. Yeah.
So
they won't release that.
So they keep that hidden. Why? Because they don't want us to.
They don't want the population to grow. There's a great talk on that by some guys. They were military, retired, and they work in a bunch of investment firms that invest in this stuff, and they're on boards of different companies like this fusion company out in I think Kansas or something. They said that the reason they can't let the public have it is because they think the population's going to grow.
No, it wouldn't be it. The population would wind up being stabilized.
Yeah, people are still getting poisoned anyway.
Yeah, but that ain't the point. They don't want us to have free energy because that would make us free.
Yeah.
We would not be slaves to an energy company.
I love it.
There you go.
Huge chunk of our road just protesting.
This is fucking awesome. You guys are fighting a good fight.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you'll, screw something back
this is it. This is the streets. This is the front lines right here. You don't control the streets, you control nothing in any war.
All over the country.
And I'm not letting these liberals think that they got control of this bullshit. They might think they have control of the campuses. All right, fine. Come to me, talk to me here.
He probably has the best view of politics out of all my friends because he isn't sided on any side, and he can tell you what.
Well, that's what your skill.
They both suck.
Yeah.
Well, you're a member of the piss party then.
Yeah, I am.
Which is it. I mean, the whole thing's an idea to keep us fighting.
What are your thoughts about the pharmaceutical stuff? Are you going to take it down or what?
It's like, no, you're not. Well, people
What?
just get stuck
What
watching
pharma? What are you?
Pharmaceutical companies, they pay for everything.
Yeah,
They take them down.
biggest drug dealers in the world. Absolutely.
Glad you said that.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, well, I don't know if you saw on the other side, I got the vaccines one. Vaccines, certain side effects may affect you. It's a skull and bones. Yeah, no, that's all about mind control. It's all about keeping us sick. It's all about keeping us, confused. No, I mean, even Fox News, half of Fox News commercials are pharmaceutical companies. So if, a pharmaceutical company comes out with something that's going to damage you think Fox News is going to tell you?
Half of all the drugs that come off the market.
Right.
I'm a moderate Republican, and as soon as someone finds out that I'm a Republican and I'm white, I'm automatically a fucking racist.
You're on
Of course
the list.
What the fuck?
Wait until you get be old to be white and a conservative. Then you're really up shit
I care
creek.
about the state government over federal government. That's my number one thing, and that's never going to change.
Yeah.
So, why the fuck would I ever be a Democrat? That's stone cold number one right there. Do you want federal government or do you want state government? I want state government. I want business.
Right.
I want
to be able to look the guy in the eye.
That's the basics of being a fucking Republican. It's not being a racist.
Anyone who's
I get called a racist all the goddamn time because I'm fucking a male and I'm white.
Right, I know.
I can't have an opinion because I'm white.
Too, right.
Why the fuck can't I have an opinion?
I hear these rounds.
You're preaching to me about having your own opinion. Why can't I have mine? Well, because I got privilege.
Here's my opinion.
Yeah. But I like that too. Because that really shows it.
Yeah, all right, nice to meet you.
All right.
Keep fighting the good fight.
All right, gentlemen.
Pleasure as always. Good seeing you. You guys have a good time.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Keep fighting the good fight. I'm actually going up there. We're trying to.
Now, you see, those guys are armed.
Yeah.
They ain't going to take the bullshit. When the crap hits, unless they're mind controlled, unless they take control of the Matrix and be able to handle those guys.
Yeah. Once you're that awake, you don't go back to sleep. You just progressively get more and more awake.
I don't know how they're going to handle those guys. Because, I mean, those are now leaders.
They've decided they can't do it yet. They have to postpone until they have so much consolidation of power. Then they'll try to pull the strings.
If they get there. If they get there.
But with the military no longer going to take the bullshit, I don't think they're going to get there.
Well, that's it.
The only way they
of the
could do
military
it
is
is if they start getting robotic, soldiers like you see in Elysium and all these.
But then there's,
but that's still a ways away. I mean, they're going to, Google Boston Dynamics. You ever saw the mechanical dog? And they've got a humanoid one. It's like 6'5", 300-pound metal robot. If they get that technology matured enough, that might be how they do it, but that would take them a long time.
And then there's always sabotage. There's sabotage from within that could, there are people that might put, the kill switch in those things.
Yeah.
I spoke to a couple of guys from Norway today. Norway seems to be okay. They're not overrun yet. They're handling their immigration. Right?
I have 2 friends in Denmark, and Denmark has this huge underground truth movement. I mean, I never met more awake people in my life.
It's interesting to see what happens. The yellow vests are going to spread all over the place. So
it's very possible.
I mean, there is a pushback. There are people pushing back.
They knew Macron was a gigantic, puppet.
Oh,
giant puppet. I mean, his inauguration speech in front of the Louvre with the red eye.
How more obvious can that be?
I mean, I haven't
using the UN theme instead of the I mean, Jesus! But then and he's looking real weak now. He might go, and then look what the Trudeau's in trouble.
Yeah, like Trudeau.
So
Canada.
Yeah, I mean, there is a big pushback, and that's why we're going to see something happening here soon.
Yeah,
it's going to be weird.
Somebody, I like him a lot on, I think his channel is Black Earth Productions. He's been around probably 10 years, but his first video is a UN meeting in maybe Vancouver or something. It might have been Seattle, I'm not sure, but there was a massive protest, 1999, 2 years before World Trade Center. Giant, like 200,000 people, They weren't, black bloc or whatever they call it, but they were gearing up for, massive police presence. Crazy.
Yeah.
So there's been awake people for a long time, even back then.
Yeah.
Even without the internet as popular.
Yeah. Well, the internet has done a lot to do that, to help that.
That's the thing. Yeah. We all have free will, so if they give us some of their toys,
and it's hard to put that. It's hard to put that genie back in the bottle. Once people get a taste of it.
Yeah.
But again, God,
everyone has on their phone. Soon they're gonna have the brain implants and the head-mounted display stuff. That's coming in 5 years. Like it's gonna get cheap. Right now, it's still new stuff.
Yeah, they'll roll that out with, if you got a migraine headache or if you're depressed.
They'll probably start using them in schools at some point. They're going to say, this is a great, new advancement for education. So they'll have all the kids start to use the Google Glasses type of stuff.
Well, that's what part of the Brainstorm movie was about, was, using it for education.
Yeah.
That would be a great thing. But, the whole thing, the whole Ray Kurzweil thing and all, futures about putting us all into one cloud mind.
I'm pretty sure that man's going to die before he gets
singularity,
Yeah, they don't have the technology to do it. Our computers don't work like the brain, so there's at the moment, unless they have something super secret that we know some of the secret stuff, but unless they have something that can actually work like biological, brain tissue, you can't upload yourself yet. It's really far away.
They're working on it.
They want to get there. Yeah.
But again, like everything else they do, it's gonna screw up because they're not.
They're not. Yeah.
They're not good at. I mean, they're good at what they do, but they're not perfect at what they do.
Yeah. It takes them a long
time.
So
there's always something wrong.
Yeah.
They're not God.
Right.
So they always screw. Yeah.
So they worship the closest thing that they can interact with.
Yeah, which is their Satan God, which is the spirits, and their spirits are real.
Several.
And that's what I believe the spirit is of Satan is telling them they can do.
It is, and it's telling them the future too. It tells them things that it's planning out. I don't know how far, maybe 1,000 years, maybe only 100. But it's telling them. So this is the.
It's a lot closer than that.
Yeah.
A lot closer than that. Yeah. We are in the end times.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Yeah, the Bible. There's a lot of interesting breakdowns.
We're in the end. This is it.
Yeah. It's going to go one or two ways. If it goes the bad way, bad for us, another 5,000 or 10,000 years of darkness while we rebuild civilization, just like before. So, or we could get off of Earth, colonize the solar system, make treaties with other intelligence, and
that's
be free of this.
A good way. Because we're supposed to, expand. We're supposed to go to the stars.
Yeah. We're quarantined right now.
Of course we're.
The whole planet. That's why I believe the flat Earth thing got really big.
Did you ever watch the movie, the documentary Thrive?
Yeah, Foster Gamble.
Yeah.
It's all real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I first heard about it, I never believed the UFO stuff. I was kind of just academically and But when I saw all of the crop circles they do, you can tell that's not made. Not all of them are made by humans. You can tell the sloppy ones versus real ones.
Yeah.
He made a big focus on that. It's like he doesn't show you the little gray.
And then you're familiar with Stephen Quayle and all his studies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He shows.
Yeah, there are many dimensions. There are many realms.
They've given us certain mathematics in the circles that people have decoded and wrote in papers about, and then 3 years later it's like discovered, but it came from the circle.
Yeah. I know.
At least 3 or 4 times that happened.
It's so. I mean, it's mind-boggling. It just gets crazy.
They gave us.
How you doing, guys?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Care to leave anything in the Bulletproof Vest Fund? It's always appreciated.
They give us atomic theory, certain natural numbers that are found in the elements. That was like one thing they found to do with either hydrogen or helium, one of the quantum numbers that we hadn't really studied. We didn't, and it was found in the crop circles. And CERN is studying it. 2 or 3 years later.
Yeah.
So it's we're
and
given
then we don't.
so many
and then we have to like
so many chances.
And then it's like, all right, of all, because there are obviously different entities that are contacting us. See, who are the good guys? Who are the bad guys? Who's deceiving us?
Yeah, it's really, it's really complicated.
What they are giving is it something that, is it a false entity? Is this another, yellow brick road we're going down? It's
like the Morgellons thing. I don't know if they're still deploying that as much as they used to, but that I think that was a treaty we made with one of the more negative races or factions of a race, and they said, well, spray this on your people, help you control them better, and it did. It worked. So they did that for years. You heard all kinds of people with Morgellons, the Carnicom.
Right.
It's like if you have a powerful enough microscope, you can examine these.
I lived with a guy that had Morgellons.
Yeah.
I mean, he was. Yeah. He said he was communicating with the one mind.
Yeah.
The second mind. He had
the pre-fight. That's like
he had a sore this big on his foot that would never heal. That went. I mean, huge. That went down to the flesh.
Those things are.
He had the whole insect thing.
I don't know what they're powered by. I don't know if maybe they take your glucose and they have little nano machines that are burning glucose, but they're definitely mobile. Yeah. So they burrow deeper. Yeah.
No, this guy was absolutely.
I remember that was.
I mean, he's going to the doctor could never figure out what was wrong with him.
There was the name of the project for that. I'm trying to think what it was. It might have been Pegasus or something. The Air Force's code name, because the military was involved in that one. I don't like the everyday chemtrails. That seems to be a UN mandate. Every UN country has that. But the Morgellons in particular was something like a trial.
I think they're using all kinds of different things with that experimentation.
Yeah, they test.
I mean, when you can start spraying stuff in the air.
Yeah. Oh. You ever heard of Richard Allen Miller? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. A friend of mine knew him, and he said that too.
Yeah. I mean,
no one actually truly knows this is a chemtrail.
Well, I mean, of course, it's geoengineering, terraforming,
reflected sunlight.
Weather modification programs. I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah,
but then there's, I said, once you can start spraying stuff in the air without the people even caring or noticing.
Right.
What the hell? Why is keep on experimenting? I mean, I stay out here all the time and I watch how they'll start spraying there and end there.
Right.
So it's like, okay, just over the city.
I used to ride my bicycle all the way to where Kinner goes to the swamp, right? And there's a seawall, and I go all the way up there, and it's very peaceful. But you see the planes coming, and they're spraying, and then as soon as they get 2 miles west of the wall, it stops. And they're not changing altitude; they're at cruising altitude. Yeah.
But we know
they had a bunch of German pilots went on the. They had some meeting in Berlin. They went on the record and said that this is ridiculous.
All right, he's supposed to be the good guy. Well, why don't you stop this shit?
Yeah.
He's got to know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, he knows. I'm not sure.
So, these are the things that make me wonder if he's not just another ship.
You heard that when Bush Sr. died at the funeral that all of his party got passed a memo or note.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen that, but I heard that it was basically there's going to be a deal that like if they step down and let new people take the reins, then they wouldn't be crossing. They wouldn't get hangs essentially.
Yeah, well, they're all conjecture. We don't know.
Right. I wonder where the Bush money is now. I don't think his two sons are too incompetent to be, maybe the Carlyle group is managing.
Well, they've never. It was always the old man.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's
the kids were never that bright. And so, that, who knows with that, who's in control of that right now, what's going on.
It's something like $1 trillion throughout all of your shell companies and holdings.
I mean, we probably don't even know the real names of the real people who control the things,
Yeah, Silverado Savings and Loan, they used to own that.
Yeah.
And then they've got all kinds of stuff in Colorado. They might even have gold, like in underground vaults in, Denver.
I'm pretty much convinced any of the names we know about, especially in politics, are just front men anyway.
Yeah.
I think they're just the front men.
Yeah. I think Trump was trying to get, his daughter married into a pretty powerful family. I think he was trying to get some agreement that they had to change, they had to turn the boat, turn the ship, and that he was,
I mean, I still got a question mark about him. I don't know if he was truly wanted to do something to save humanity, or he's just another safety valve that they use to relieve the pressure to placate.
I thought about that. Yeah, that's why I didn't vote. I mean, I wanted to vote for him. I was really happy when he won, but I felt like, what if I'm wrong? What if this whole thing is just so that, because it's like, the water is boiling, it's heating up, everyone's starting to wake up now. What if they just wanted us to go back into a slumber for years?
Indeed, that's happened. A lot of people, he's in now, so everything's cool, and we don't have to worry. So the pressure got relieved.
Yeah, it was a pressure valve.
Yeah, so, and still though, I mean, I look around, I still see things like, we still got ethanol in the gas. Yeah. We still got chemtrails going on. We still got GMO foods. We still got people pouring over the border. We still got all these soft kill weapons working. We still got the 5G going in, which he's pushing. So all the really important things that are used, that would be used to completely control us, are still in play. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
And he talks about ending the wars, but they still go on. So it's like I don't see any real move.
It's a back and forth where you get nowhere.
Yeah.
It's a tug.
I mean, I hear the talk, but I don't see the action.
Yeah.
So, lock her up. Who's been locked up?
Yeah.
Nobody in the deep state has been locked up.
They're
out giving book tours. McCabe's going out doing book tours for crying out loud. So I don't see anything going on.
My friend, or the guy I knew, Jeremy, the alien scientist, he talks about, so we have the names of the people who did 9/11, and he said one of them's like he's retired now. He never, he was one of the lead architects. He's retired. He teaches at a ski resort now for the remainder of his years. Yeah. It's like none of them are ever going to get locked up. It's almost 20 years, so people are starting to forget that, how much, I don't know.
So I'm saying, 3,000 people get killed and murdered, and you got a guy at a ski resort.
The damn what was it, the Vegas massacre? Right. That was insane. 500 people got shot.
Anybody talk about that?
Not much.
We don't even know what the motive was. Yeah.
And they need to tell me why if he had 5.56, they were getting hit with 7.62. They got hit by a M249 machine gun. You can't buy machine guns. No. Only you have to have a federal firearms. You have to have so many licenses to even have an automatic weapon.
I've spoken to people that were there that told me their shots were coming from ground level in different directions. That were there in the kill zone.
There's 2 towers behind.
Yes.
It's funny, Twin Tower ritual, but these 2 towers behind in this lot that was closed for construction,
I know.
people did the audio analysis.
Yes.
Remember that? Like,
I know.
the
I
guy,
talked to guys as
Nat
expert
Mike Adams.
expert gun guys.
That's the
They said that
the radius.
even the sound, by the sound they could tell.
They had the forensic
It
on the
was bullshit.
sound. It was way closer. It was,
Yeah.
And from where the videos were taken when they did the sound analysis, the cross is right over there. So at least there was at least 2 machine gunners in those 2.
I had a Marine out one day was telling me what rounds, what the caliber was.
Yeah.
You know, everything.
7.62.
Yeah, he was giving me the everything from the.
It's like it's got to be. Yeah, I think it's an M249. Like the M60 updated is a 249.
And yet, what we know this.
At that rate.
We're lay people.
Yeah.
We know this. The FBI goes, whoop, case closed.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to
And
take that shit, and
they
we
want
do.
us-
You don't
yeah,
see
they want
anybody
us to
get upset
ban-
about it.
They want to ban these bump stocks. If you're 1,200 feet away and
Why don't ban the bump stocks? They're junk anyway. Who gives a crap?
There's no way you could hit.
Who the hell uses the bump stock? Nobody in their damn right mind uses a bump stock.
You might get 60 feet and be able to hit.
Right.
That's
you know, yeah. But they wouldn't use them anyway because they're junk.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
And you're not going to have a perfectly
right.
cyclic
It's
rate fire
idiocy.
like that.
It's idiocy. It's a novelty thing that only idiots would buy.
Right.
So, who gives a shit if they ban them?
You have a protester. He's got a sign. You can't see him, but it says "fuck Trump."
Yeah. That's the extent of their conversation.
Yeah. I'm a real big fan of books these days. I like the fact that it can't be erased, it can't be altered. If you have it in your possession, all they can do is, break it in and change it. They're gonna have self-driving cars pretty soon.
Well, good luck with that. I mean, just like what we were talking about with the autonomous robot soldiers.
Yeah, that's the only way I think they can do it, unless they get. I don't know how else they do it. I mean, they vaccinate the crap out of the soldiers as soon as they go in.
But then you're going to have, believe me, they start putting truck drivers out of work. You're going to see a lot of sabotage with those self-driving trucks. You're going to be seeing a lot of them all of a sudden getting damaged.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yep.
Because you got 30% of our employment is truck drivers. It's a lot of people putting out of work. But as I said, they won't need us soon anyway. That's what they're trying to do. They Agenda 2030. They want 97% of us go bye-bye.
Slowly but surely.
I think that's what Cortez let out of the bag when she says, "We're all going to be dead in 12 years. The end of the world."
Who's Cortez?
Alexander, occasional Cortez. The congresswoman out of New York. That's, you know about her. Come on.
No, I purposely avoid everything.
Oh, come on. This one, she's the rock star of the Democrats now.
I heard about they're saying it's the third trimester abortions. They said that they can.
This woman is
deliver the baby.
This woman is like the rock star of the Democrats now. 29-year-old ex-bartender beat out an incumbent, longtime Democrat.
Well, that's saying something.
I know. And so she became the rock star of the Republicans now. She's actually basically taken over the entire Democratic Party as a freshman.
Yeah.
And she came out with the green. She's the one that presented the Green New Deal. You heard about that?
Yeah.
She's the one that presented that.
Yep.
And she's all because we're all going to be dead in 12 years if we don't do something about global warming.
I heard the little kids are starting to sue the government.
Yeah.
My mom told me about it. That was crazy.
So, she's behind this idiocy, and she inadvertently let out that, we're all going to be dead in 12 years, which correlates with 2030.
Yeah. What's it? Bill Gates and several of his allies have a seed vault in Antarctica.
Yes.
They have, several of them.
Yes.
Several.
Yes, we know that.
Yeah.
Yes, we know this.
Yeah. So,
They've been getting ready for this apocalypse for how long? For hundreds of years.
War of the Worlds type of stuff.
Can they pull it off? Who knows?
Not yet. Not yet. I've heard many of the families have agreed to let things return to a more natural, orderly state.
They're warring within themselves. Well, that's part of what, you know, like when you looked at Thrive with Gamble family going, no, I ain't part of this insanity. I like people. Wait a second. What's going on?
I'm not into sacrificing my firstborn to Satan type of thing.
Yeah, thank you. So, you know, there is a war within that.
They have to sacrifice family members to keep it.
Yes.
That's how deep it goes.
Yes. Well, what did Biden do with his son? What was Biden's son?
Yeah. Once you do that, how do you get out of it, I guess?
Yeah.
So, it just goes on and on.
This is deep Satanism. Deep Satan.
Many different levels.
Indeed. Indeed.
The interesting thing is they got so exposed with the Pizzagate thing that they had to completely turn it into like a circus after that and move it. Because, you know, the Franklin cover-up when they had some kids disappear way out west, northwest, and then they were ending up in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
You know, 11, 12, 13 years old.
And look what they did with that when they tried to expose that. They took it off, supposed to be on TV, and they took it off.
One of the kids
destroyed all the copies of it.
Yeah, he escaped, and he went to courts to sue his captors. Yeah. And the judge said that the kid was insane and locked the kid up.
Yeah.
It's So clearly there's a conflict of interest between the Justice Department.
What's the FISA court if not a star chamber?
Yeah, I just talked to a guy on my way over here. I was on City Park Avenue. They had a Marine veteran, you know, homeless guy, and I talked to him for about 30 minutes. And he knew all about Benghazi and everything. He said they all know, all the people he served with. He's in Fallujah, he said.
Yeah.
And they all know Hillary, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She said she had that thing. She says, "I do what I'm told," and you know, CFR building. So I only have to walk, you know, 6 blocks, and I do what I'm told. Yes. So she gets her marching orders.
All this stuff is hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
They tell us.
Yep, and they.
It's just that you got to be paying attention. You have to be looking at what's going on to understand this. But it's all there. I mean, Alex Jones has been doing this for years. He goes, look, this ain't no big deal. Here it is. They're publicizing it. I'm just showing you what they're telling us.
I find it real interesting. Young Alex Jones, when he was like 23, 22, he was in, you know, the small time corruption back then. He was like his, you know, Austin, city councilman or something.
Yes, go and he was in on a local level.
He'd investigate the local corruption.
And then he finds that it works its way up.
It works its way up. Yeah. And you know, his father was telling him all kinds of stuff.
Exactly.
So he got deeper and deeper. He finally realized it's nothing local. You ever saw that thing where he goes to
Bohemian Grove?
Yeah, that's what got him on the map. It's way from when he was real young. He had a crowd of a small group of people. He went into some federal building, and they were saying they need everyone's fingerprints for some program under Bill Clinton.
How you doing, folks?
Good. Yeah. It's very interesting.
Where are you guys from?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Really? What city?
Grand Rapids area.
Okay.
What do you do there?
Make and repair string instruments.
Oh, cool.
Violins,
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Strings.
What a neat job.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not your, well, I work at, you know, GE or, you know.
Right.
You know, it's very cool. So what do you think of my work?
I like it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of these designs in apparel, too.
Good guys.
And they come with a trigger-back guarantee. If you don't trigger a libel, you get your money back.
Do you get a lot of grief down here?
No.
No? Okay.
Well, they can try and give it to me. I'm here.
Most people keep a distance.
This is sort of like a no snowflake zone around here, you know. They go in about 20 yards of me and they start to melt. You know, so they avoid me like the plague. I mean, I'm here, I'm trying to ask him questions, you know, why you like censorship, you know. I mean, give me a guy, talk to me, you know. All right, brother man, that was a pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you may have learned some things. And I hope it gave you a bit of inspiration, maybe even, I don't know, confirm some things that you probably didn't need confirming, but all in all, it is what it is. It's real. It's real. It's on the streets, and that's what it is. So, like it, share, care, contribute, please, if you can. All importantly, PayPal, account, everything in the description. Go to my website, hit the buttons, go shop, and help me out because I certainly do need it. God bless you all, and I will see you on the streets.